Topic of discussion is natural killer cell or NK cell. They are non-pathogenic cell. Natural killer cell or non-pathogenic cell will not cause any harm to our body own tissue, but it can cause us damage to the cell which enter from external environment to our body, which causes infection to our body. So it is pathogen to foreign particles, harmful pathogen. So NK cell non-pathogenic cell for our body own tissue, but this one is pathogen for foreign particles. NK cells considered as group 1 innate lymphocytes. Group 1 innate lymphocytes because they can perform the defense mechanism very fast, which means the NK cell can recognize those pathogens which enter from external environment very quickly. Hence, they are considered as group 1 innate lymphocytes. In shortly, they are called ILC, innate lymphocytic cells. NK cells can perform the defense mechanism against the intracellular and extracellular pathogens, which means the pathogens which are inside the host cell, that means macrophages, are called intracellular pathogen. So to kill those cells, generally direct response will happen. Whereas in case of extracellular pathogen, there will not be host cell, here not macrophages, so indirect response takes place. Finally, the infected cells will be killed. Either direct response or indirect response, the infected cell will be killed. Either may be direct response or indirect response. This is the capacity of that NK cells. NK cell is complex compared to cytotoxic T cells. Why it complex? Generally, the cytotoxic T cells also called as killer T cell. Why? Because they help to kill cancer cell. Actually, the cytotoxic T cell will release a certain kind of chemical factor. That chemical factor name is called as cytotoxic T cell receptor. And these chemical will help to bind with the specific antigen, which causes damage to the body and disturb immune system. But immune system will not be disturbed because we will have certain type of receptor or certain kind of cells. NK cell is complex compared to cytotoxic T cells. It is also called as killer T cell. In the case of cytotoxic T cells, it will recognize the specific kind of antigens which will enter our body with the help of chemical factor called CTR, cytotoxic T cell receptor, and this cytotoxic T cell receptor will help to release the cytokines. And this cytokine very dangerous because it released perforin and granzyme, which will help to kill infected cell. This is the functions of cytotoxic T cell. But NK cell highly complex as compared to cytotoxic T cells. Why NK cell highly complex? Explaining by using this diagram. NK cell get matured in certain region of body, like body part, like bone marrow, lymph nodes, spleen and thymus. So in this region, the NK cell will get activated or will get mature to kill pathogen to enter our body. This one is the normal cells. Normal cell means not infected cells. Virus will be attack the normal cells. Virus will be attacked to these normal cells. What will happen? Then this virus enter to the cytoplasm of that normal cell. So this virus will enter cytoplasm of that normal cell. Now this cell considered as infected cell. This one considered as infected cells. Why? It containing virus. Comes from this external environment. That reason it is considered as infected cell. It surface particular protein. That name is called as altered protein. This play a important role to perform defense mechanism. So after infection, this infected cell releasing protein, that protein name is called as altered protein. This one very important in defense mechanism. Now this infected cell will start to releasing type 1 interferon. So now it started to releasing type 1 interferon. This pink color one, type 1 interferon. What will that type 1 interferon will do? It will help to activate that NK cell. Normally here NK cell is presented, that infected cell releasing interferon. This one will help, this interferon will help activate NK cell. This one considered NK cell inactive form. Before that, this NK cell inactive form. Once this type 1 interferon will get received, here it will receive, NK cell received, the NK cell immediately it will converted into active form. Immediately it will converted into active form, which means effector NK cells. Now it become effector. Why it is called that effector NK cell? Because it is activated or mature in form. Now this mature NK cell will perform major vital role in the defense mechanism process to kill the infected cell. It play a major role to kill infected cell. Now the effector or activated NK cells which having this receptor. Infected cell having altered protein. Now NK cell will contact with infected cells. Infected cell having altered protein, this NK cell having receptor, contact both of these. So what will happen? So now NK cell releasing granules. It will release granules. Once contact between two cells, NK cell will releasing granules. Will lyse the cell membrane of that NK cell and start to proliferate and start to attack the affected cells, infected cell. Now how capacity to break that NK cell? Because of these granules. Granules is nothing but cytokines. Cytokine releasing perforin and granzyme. What is the role of perforin? Help break cell membrane of that infected cell. What is the role of granzyme? It help to kill infected cells. Once breakdown of infected cell, the granules enter inside cytoplasm of that infected cells. Finally, it causes cell death. It is also called as apoptosis and also called programmed cell death. So NK cell releasing granules, it will enter to infected cells. That time this granules is nothing but cytokine. It releasing two kind of things, perforin and granzyme. This perforin break that cell membrane of infected cells. So this granzyme will kill that infected cells. Here cell death will happen. It is also called as apoptosis or programmed cell death. Thanks for watching.